Yo, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Might Not Go Well. Yes. Episode 41. Top of the morning.
Is that what we're doing today?
Yeah. You already know how this goes. Be Breezy, aka Poppy Sign Zone.
It was a good job. Your boy Slick Grayson.
Yeah. Before we get it started, please follow us on all social media at This Might Not Go Well. Any business deals, branding opportunities, email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com.
Big facts.
You already know, episode 41. We here.
Yo, we keeping it going.
And then, Slick told me the numbers that we reaching out here. I mean, shout out to all the listeners out here, everybody who's streaming. And I realize we are a big commodity on Apple.
I mean, half the world has an iPhone.
Facts. But yeah, let's do this weekly check-in. What's going on with you, brother?
I'm chilling, man. Back at work.
How it's feeling, man?
It is what it is.
Educating the young mind, the youth.
Nah, it's cool. I mean, if you've been outside during the last 6 months when we stopped caring about COVID as a collective nation, it's not too much of a drastic thing being in a building with a room that's at capacity. And capacity, I mean 30 to 35 persons, counting staff and students and whatever. But it's intriguing, man. I think that the kids really, you see the gap. Well, they haven't really been learning in almost 2 years. So it's you see the youngest grades, they literally still act like they're coming from the prior school system, elementary status. The older kids that weren't in the building, you could kind of tell all right, they've changed, they've grown up from what you remember them being. Because I think at this point they were sixth graders when I first got them, and now they're eighth graders. And you kind of see their personality starting to change. You see the ones who were sweet, now they're a little fresh. The ones who were bad have kind of calmed down. I don't want to say bad. No kid is really bad. There's some bad. I'm lying. There's some badass kids out there. But yeah, but the ones who had a lot of reckless energy, they're kind of just chilling, not necessarily calm. But it's just a solid vibe. But it's been a smooth start. I like the groups I'm working with this year. I'm feeling comfortable. I feel like an adult. Got to wake up early and stuff. I've been trying to make get dressed so it feels real. I don't want to just go to work in jeans and a hoodie. You feel me? So trying to hold myself to a higher standard than I did during the initial stages of the pandemic. But other than that, I'm good, man. I'm trying to stay awake. We doing this a little late. It's almost past my bedtime. We're gonna have a fun episode. How you feeling?
Feeling okay. You feel me? Summer's to an end. A little sad about that, but I'm also happy for hoodie season. You feel me? I'm always excited for that and sweater season. But overall, this weekend's been nothing too bad. I realized something though. Matter of fact, they just pop up in my head and I got a rant. I got too many friends with September birthdays. God damn, what was y'all parents out here doing? There's mad Virgos out here, yo.
Speaking of Virgo, shout out to Holy Man Rome.
Oh yeah, facts. Shout out to him. Clap it up for him though. You feel me?
Been on an episode, big supporter. Go follow him on Twitch at the Southside Jedi. He's always dropping them Warzone videos. So check out my boy, man. Happy birthday, man. Boy just turned a smooth 19.
But yeah, there's mad Virgos out here. I didn't know Virgos was this strong out here though. Y'all parents was fucking in January or something out here, cause
had to be late December.
Oh yeah, but New Year fucks. Cause I'm just every other day I'm over here posting a happy birthday post for a person I know. I'm like, God damn, this the only month that I know that I post at least 10 to 12, you feel me? Shout out to my cousin, Don Zito, you feel me? Happy birthday to him, and also to my other cousin, Aunt. But goddamn, y'all Virgos need to stop it. And y'all be thinking y'all running shit. Fuck out of here. We're not doing that over here, even though I'm not big in horoscope, though.
That's so funny. The horoscope is definitely, it has its uses at time, but it's when you meet people that they base everything off of it, it's my boy, my gal, relax. They don't mean that much.
Oh, facts. So when you tell a girl your sign, and she be like, "Oh, that's why you act this way."
But dudes be like, "Yo, shorty, she Aquarius. I can't even rock with her like that." What the fuck is that?
Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie. This is a double standard. But if I hear a dude saying that, it's more acceptable to hear a woman say that than a dude. If I hear a dude saying, "Yo, she acts just like a Leo," I'm like, wait, Yo, tighten up, nigga. What's going on over here?
I ain't gonna front. Back in college though, like if I knew Shorty's son, I was looking on a little chart, like, all right, what that mean? What that?
Oh, if he was compatible,
like, no, I was trying to see how the box was gonna be, bro. They'd be like, because I'm being dead ass, because it'd be like, yo, oh, she's this. I ain't care about what they said socially. We could work that out. But it was like, oh, y'all sexually compatible, y'all not. And it's like, all right, now I know if we gonna be friends or not.
I ain't gonna lie. Wait, I think I'm more. They say I'm compatible with Sagittarius.
You want Aquarius?
Yeah,
I think Aquarius is a cool with Geminis, if I remember correctly.
I think it's Gemini.
It's like Sagittarius and Gemini. I think, if I recall correctly. I don't know.
So any girls who's born late November, early December, try and get hit off real quick. I think what
Gemini's are like late May, early June, right?
I fuck with summer babies. You feel me? It was good. Slide to my DM at Thismightnotgowell. You feel me? I will respond very soon. You know?
You're going to get the one psychotic member of that party.
Oh, that's a fact.
I don't even.
That ain't gonna lie. We gonna get the most extreme Sagittarius. Oh, wait, what's your sign again? You born in March.
I'm a Pisces.
So who you compatible with?
I think it's Scorpios. I want to say,
this is what I love about our podcast. We don't do no research.
Yeah,
we just go. No.
I remember. It was definitely Scorpio. I think it was like Tauruses. It might be one other thing if I recall. I might be wrong. Y'all can.
You're with Cancers and Scorpio.
Oh, Cancer. Not Cancer. My mom's is a Cancer, so I definitely like anyone that's like my mom. They always stood out, so that definitely makes sense.
Oh, damn! You're not. It's off the rip. I just googled this shit. They said that, yo, you and Aries are the worst enemies. That basically extremely low. They tell you to stay away from that.
I don't think I've ever dated an Aries in my life. So if I have, sorry. It wasn't my fault. It was the stars.
I ain't gonna lie. Cancers, y'all are some emotional fucks out there.
Really? I have never met them.
But oh my God. Y'all do something. I know I can't marry one, but
kick it with one for a little minute.
If I need a good dose of toxicity, get you a Cancer girl. She gonna put you through the roller coaster. They ain't so emotional, but they want to be so strong.
They mad. It's like they sturdy. That's probably the best word.
You feel me? They gonna put you through the roller coaster of emotions, and they gonna pretend to be a tough exterior, but they soft inside.
That's how my daddy still beating them. I'm sorry. I've been drinking.
This is not even part of the docket over here.
It's not. We
gonna docket this later. We're gonna have some women on the podcast because they love this shit. And
they do. I want you to just tell me how ancient I am because of when I was born. Just please. What's my? You know what's crazy? Because it's like they got the signs, numerology. It's so much shit.
Yeah, and then now it's like rising sun,
your moon and shit.
I still don't understand sign. That. I'm like, wait, I could be more than.
Oh, your sun is in Mercury. You're like
retrograde. I'm like, wait, what?
I thought I was just tired.
Gatorade. What's going? What?
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh, you're a rising Taurus. You're a sunset. Leo. I'm like, wait, I thought it was just the month that you was born in. Now you got to find out the time. Now you got to look at old birth certificates. Y'all be doing too much with this. Like, yo, just tell me my sign. Tell me what ain't shit qualities I have.
But it gets
keep it pushing.
It gets deeper though because you get the crystals and shit. It's like, oh, I gotta the tarot. Like, yo, it's really supernatural. Some of this, how crazy some of this shit is.
We gotta find a spiritual person and do a podcast with.
Shit, nah, don't read my cards online. That shit gonna get me tight. That shit gonna get me tight.
Come on, a little divine episode.
I guess I'll
burn some sage, some incense around this bitch. Go on.
Whatever. Anyways, we were told by some of our closest friends and listeners that our podcast is too long, so we're gonna try to curb that. We're gonna try to make sure that we keep it. He's arguing for over an hour and 30. I'm saying an hour.
Actually, let's put it in the poll. If you listen to this, please comment when this episode comes out.
Just hit us on the side because most of y'all listen to that. Y'all know us. Hit us on Insta, hit Twitter. If you got the numbers, text. Let us know. Like,
if you want under an hour and a half, or you comfortable with under the 2 hours? We definitely not giving y'all over 2 hours. That's not even an option. We're not doing that.
Y'all better hope somebody important is here. That's the only way. That's
we gave y'all at least 5 episodes out of the 41 episodes of over 2 hours, and that was just off of us just rambling. But we're not going to do that. So y'all can vote for under an hour and 15 minutes or under 2 hours. Let us know. This might not go well. But out of the light mood, we gotta get into some serious topics before we go back into play. We want to give us the deepest condolences to the family of MichaelKWilliams,
That is a fact.
who recently passed away.
Super sad, man. I mean, famous actor. And you know what? You don't need awards to know that somebody made an impact. Honestly, if you watched HBO anytime during the last 20 years, you've seen MichaelKWilliams, whether it was him as who was he? He was Omar in The Wire.
Yep.
He played Montrose, the father in Lovecraft Country. He was in so many movies. Like it's crazy. Like you really like see him. He's like it was a guy with the scar on his face.
Boardwalk
Empire.
Yep.
He always had so much range in his characters. Like we made a joke when he was on Lovecraft. It was like, oh, why is he always playing a homosexual character? But it's like, yo, he brings those characters to life and shows you the different sides of them. Like, and it was so amazing to see a black man, especially one that he's not of European descent.
Yep.
He's not, for lack of better words, he's not he wasn't typecasted. It's not like he played the same person in every show or movie he was in. He showed so much range. And then if you saw the videos they posted after his passing, him dancing in the park, him, showing love to people.
Yeah. And funny about the dance in the park was he was a choreographer or at least a dancer back in the early 90s. He was part of that movement and he was always showing love.
Breaking movement and all of that.
Yeah, and then when I'm hearing all these stories about him, like he was the type of person, he's sort of like a Andre 3000. Like they said that you can find him randomly at any spot just chilling with the people, being low key and enjoying himself. And it just shows you that people are dealing with a lot of stuff that people don't know about.
Also, too, as a celebrity, they do have a lot of access to things that can, are meant in their purchase to kind of quell whatever they're going through. Mm-hmm. But then we've seen so many of our stars, and even not even our stars, some of our many people in close families that are dealing with addiction and the affliction of drugs. Like this new cocaine is being cut with some craziness.
Right.
That fentanyl, it take a little speck, a little drop, and that's fatal.
Yeah, and like I said last episode, R.I.P. the Fuquan, the comedian. He was one of the 3 people that died in that overdose in California, and it was also laced with fentanyl.
Mac Miller a couple years back.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's a lot of these cocaine infused deaths are results of a bad mixing, cutting the cocaine with fentanyl. They're getting the crazy high, but there's no coming back from.
And I was like listening to other podcasts in the news about like why are they doing this? Because I'm just like, if I'm a dealer, I don't want people to die off my supply type of thing. Like that's bad for business, and that's bringing the heat on me because now they are actively looking for the drug dealers that are selling these type of things. But I found out that it's cheaper to put fentanyl in there. And it's easier to access it and to cut it in. So that's why they're just kind of putting those stuff in just to make
they're
more
trying
money.
to stretch their supply. But it's just like, it's crazy.
And they just say like a little dose of it is enough to kill you.
They put a picture on Twitter. It literally looked like it was like a speck. It wasn't even too much.
And that is crazy because a little speck like that would just put somebody in a fatal
position.
And that's just rob someone of their life. So, I mean, like, if you have any problems, please go seek out help. There's plenty of avenues there to talk to or find someone. There's support groups. And we don't want to see that happen again. Sadly, it is going to happen again because, we never, in this day and age, mental health.
Big facts. If you don't know where your shit is coming from, don't smoke it, don't snort it, it's not even worth it. Because like I said, if you're going to get a little high, that's okay. Like they're legalizing a lot of places, but if you don't know where it's coming from, it's like going to the club and somebody giving you a random drink. It's not worth the repercussions of what can happen.
Facts. And also, in other news, we want to talk about September 11th, man. 20th anniversary, man.
We are old as hell.
That's a fact, man. Do you still remember the day it happened?
Yeah, I was in 3rd grade. We was doing... it was either math or social studies, and my teacher's husband worked in the towers, and they told her, they came in, they pulled us aside. What she said was my husband and ran out. And then we didn't know what happened. We just had subs the rest of the day. And then when we went for dismissal, like the courtyard of the school, never forget this, everybody's parent was outside. And then my friend's mom was picking us up. She was like, there was a terrorist attack on September 11th. And it's like, what? What you mean terror? What does that mean? And you go home. Because, you just go home from school. It was cartoon time, WB11. They had the fire. and you turn the TV on, and it's the news. Like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, I remember it. I was in elementary school.
It was in 5th grade, 4th grade.
4th grade. What you call it? I just only remember how my school was set up. It had a view of Manhattan, far view, but only thing we saw just smoke happening. We just saw smoke in this large area, and we was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Everybody was going crazy. Yo, everybody's pulling everybody out of school. I'm just like, "Yo, what's going on? What's going on?" We get to the block. TV's not even working. Everybody's outside, and they talking about it was a terrorist attack. Yeah, people are dying. People are covered and everything. We just like, yo, what's going on? Like, why is this happening? And then after that, the next couple of days, only thing I've been hearing is about friends and family who had loved ones who passed away from it, and it was just a sad thing. And you just saw it was just like a culture shift in America, and also I kind of felt bad for a lot of the people, a lot of the Pakistanians, Afghani people in America, all the brown people in America, because I ain't gonna lie, that ratio, it was crazy for them.
Chris Rock said it best, man. That was a time when white folk, black folks, Latino folks, they all came together and they had a different group of people that they was put against. But it's crazy because it's like they had nothing to do with that. We just let our prejudice and fear just push us in that direction. But
just blaming them, like, and then you kind of see it now, even with the coronavirus. You know, just last year they was over here threatening a lot of Asian people because of the virus. Mind you, these Asians were born here and had nothing to do with it.
They're Asian American,
and they were just harassing them and robbing them and beating them up because of the coronavirus. So I'm just like,
people look for any reason to be stupid. That's pretty much the big takeaway. But that's all negativity. Like, let's take this time to just say that as a nation, well, America, we stay American all the time. That was a time we were able to come together, and we still take the time in this day and age to just, like, you know, talk about. I think it's weird too because, like, we're the generation that saw it. And having to actually explain the significance of it to, like, this upcoming generation is just so wild to me because like it was such a major part of our upbringing. But then as you think about how our parents and grandparents felt, like Pearl Harbor, the March on Washington, assassination of Dr. King, Vietnam War, the Gulf War, the war on drugs, like the crack era, like that's life. Like in stages, every generation had experiences like 3 to 5 crazy things. But when you have kids and your kids have kids, like, yo, that shit just seems like something in a movie. Like Dr. King wasn't killed, but what, 50, 60 years ago? Yeah. But they give us black and white pictures and make it seem like it happened so long ago, but it's really recent in history. So it's like,
and just speaking of the airports too, man. I remember because back in the day, for all my Haitian people, it was easy to go to Haiti real quick, get your doom. Any Haitian person know what a doom is. You could easily go through the airport with no problem. After that,
security everywhere.
What?
TSA was created,
and it was just
Homeland Security.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff was birthed from that. We're never gonna forget. I mean, I don't know if you've been to the memorial site yet.
I've been a couple times.
Yeah, beautiful.
They got the names of everybody that passed away engraved in the stones. They have like wreckage from the towers and from the surrounding area and the museum that's attached to it. So super crazy. But
yeah, and then I just felt like that day just brought us together as a nation. Whether you was in California, Nebraska, even if you was in upstate New York or in Long Island, we all came together for this for that tragic event. So we want to still send the condolences to whoever been affected by that. Yeah,
big facts. Moving on. Next up, we got to talk about the vaccine mandates going on across the country, primarily here in New York, though.
Yes, man. I went to Blink, man. They was asking me for my vaccination status. They must not listen to the pod because I've been big vax since December over here. One of the first people I've been, you don't have to ask me. I've been out here. Where my booster shots at? Come on now. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, I get it. I think we're in a position now where we're getting to those cold months where it's not feasible to have outdoor dining. It's not feasible to have these like packed spaces, and people are. There is a big anti-vax community. I was anti-vax for a while. I won't say but I was for a minute.
Yes, you
were. So I thought about the people around me and just making a choice where I felt like if something was to happen, I could probably bounce back because I am young enough. You feel me? But I think it's something that is very divisive. I think September 13th, Monday, they just were able to push it so like gyms and restaurants, you gotta have vaccine cards to, you gotta be vaccinated to, you know, utilize their facilities. And you know what? Part of me says it's a necessary evil. Part of me says it's not fair. I know in terms of like city employees, they are going to court to try to like fight that, which is, I understand that because like a lot of people don't feel comfortable. I know mentally I took this shot and I was like, dang, what if I get an enlarged heart? What is this? You get these new reports every week of like these horror stories about the vaccine. So it's like, yo, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think America's kind of in a weird place with civil liberties, excuse me, because, you know, how you going to tell me I'm forced to take a vaccine? I don't know if you read this little side note. You didn't read a thing about Joe Biden and the Treasury Department, what they're trying to do, right?
No.
What they're giving the IRS the IRS has the power to track any transaction anybody makes from any account over $600.
Oh.
So say you paying your rent's a G, sending out a G. They can flag that. They could flag that for tax. And they can do it to crypto, stocks, etc. So dudes a lot of people made a lot of money during the pandemic. You feel me? So it's like, you're already saying I got to be vaccinated. So you tell me I have to be vaccinated to do anything I want, which is really crazy when you think about it, because they don't make you take the flu vaccine. They don't make you, but those things also don't affect people's bottom line like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't affect the country's bottom line. Yeah. That's what the main thing about this is. It's affecting the country's pocket. But let me give you my opinion. This might not go well. We need a soundbite for that. I agree with the mandate. And this is going to sound wild take, and you could disagree with me, Slick. We had a year and a half on our own to take care, to basically follow the protocols and to reduce the numbers. Answer me this, Slick. Do you think as a nation we have done everything that we follow the protocols to keep the numbers low as a nation?
I don't, but I could also say that this vaccine is not proven to be even 80% effective against.
But my thing is, every question y'all wanted it to be FDA approved. It's FDA approved now. And the wildest stuff about me is, if I take the vaccine, I can still catch COVID. Not one time has this vaccine been put out that they said that you can never catch COVID again. When they even was developing it, and when they first release it, they told you can still catch COVID even if you're vaccinated. So I don't understand why people keep using that and everything. But my problem is we had a whole year and a half to keep this low, because they told us, yo, in the first couple of months, if we had did what we were supposed to do, stayed inside quarantine when it first started, we could have reduced a lot of casualties, a lot of people getting sick, a lot of stuff. That did not happen. You had the president at the time, Trump, made it a political stance with doing the mask mandate, and had states like Florida and Texas going to court talking about, I can't see people smile, that's why I don't want to wear a mask. Going to these grocery stores, having to get security, and even getting some security shot. RIP to him. I forgot his name, but RIP to that security in Michigan who got killed for trying to enforce the mask mandate. We had all these opportunities to handle it on our own. But now the government is trying to handle it on their own now, because one of the main things were what the government's doing, how the government's going to help us. What, we going to get a lot of stimulus check? The government does not want to do that. Not saying that, I'm not trying to be like I'm pro-government, because I'm not. But the government not trying to give us more money. They're not trying to lose more money. The small businesses can't handle a lot of surge. So we have to take powers in our own hand. And I believe Charlamagne the God said this before, and I agree with him. And during these times, us Americans, we got too much rights. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like, us with the Bill of Rights, we kind of gained this sense of identity of like, oh my God, our rights. And that's a good thing in certain points when something is infringing on us, but it's hard but the down part about that is it's hard for us to unite and to go under and follow something, because now we have such to this pride that we can't even do a simple task as wearing a mask. And now, when the government understands that and now has to invoke a mandate like this, it creates problems.
I hear you. I feel you. But can we also, let's not pretend this is being done for the betterment of the country. This is being done for the betterment of capitalism. And I think that's the real thing. Because let's be honest, around the world, there's a lot of people that are in less free conditions compared to the United States that also did not push all extra mandates. But we also got to look at this in the idea that they also had when numbers went up, they shut down. America refuses to shut down. We're really forcing it so we could pretend that things are as normal as possible. I think that's the part that a lot of people are really upset with. For me personally, I got the vaccine for family, but if I was in a position right now where it's like, you're going to tell me that my job is in jeopardy because I don't want a vaccine just so I can go to work, so I can, contribute to whatever this system is, that's where it becomes a little touchy for a lot of people.
Now, is because the science not proving it, or is just your pride as an American that is stopping you? I
think it's both. There? If you're going to tell me I'm going to inject something into my body that at a point they have decreased how effective this vaccine is. It's like you tell somebody, "Oh, you get this shot." Let's remember we had Johnson & Johnson. They basically said, "Don't take that shit." They had Moderna. They was like, "Ooh, this shit causing heart issues." So the same issues I'm facing with the virus now, maybe I won't die outright if I get the shot, but I'm at risk of other health conditions. That's a scary thought.
But now they're saying that if you catch COVID, you're going to have residual damage growing.
If I caught COVID before, I was going to catch residual. If I didn't die, I was going to catch residual damage. So I'm in the same position. And it's not, like I said, it's not for the fact of I'm going to get this vaccine. I'm going to be able to go home and work remote. I'm going to be able to stay away and just handle business as I need to. They want to act like things are normal. And I think that's the problem. If you think that the Delta, all the Greek letters, I know how your organization.
Don't do that.
We ain't get there yet. We ain't get the Sigma, the COVID Sigma yet.
We in Mu.
Yeah, we in Mu.
We close.
We at Mu, right? Like, this shit is getting worse and worse.
But I say the reason why they are pretending like it's not nothing no more, because we saw what the panic did to the people. When there was just straight, when last year, when it was just straight the focus on the pandemic, the whole world was going crazy.
But should they not be going crazy when people are dying?
But the thing is, the individuality of America and the people, you have to sort of play that illusion with us, because we're so like, oh, our rights on our rights. How are we going to get everyone together? We couldn't get Florida and Texas and other states together.
And people have the choice to do what they want, but that's the principle that the country is based on.
I know. And
if you're going to tell,
that's why we are losing in the race of other countries because of that.
Now, other countries are also shutting down. They're not pretending it's business as usual, and that's what since last September we have refused to do.
That's not our fault. That's states. That's different states not being able to shut down.
Our leadership not being able to come together and say, "Yo."
Oh, I blame Trump for that. I blame Trump.
I feel like Trump shut us down.
Trump shut us down, but before Trump did that, if he did that as soon as possible, like in the beginning, it would have been better. But he made it. He made the mask a political thing, because before that, everybody was going to wear the mask. But then he started going against WHO and Dr. Fauci and the CDC, and he started talking about don't wear a mask. That made his group go crazy and be like, oh yeah, we're not going to wear a mask. And it started becoming, oh, the Democrats want you to wear a mask, Republicans don't. That was unnecessary. And then that was like just the match that started what we are in right now. And I guess Biden is trying to just reel everything in. And granted, this is not the most effective way by forcing Americans to do this, but he understands that for the greater good. And it's making me sound like I'm an Uncle Biden fan, and I'm not, because he really hasn't done much in the office like that.
Biden is trying to hack our bank accounts, and also
I know this is what making me upset, because I'm not trying to be on his side, but I understand it and I see why they are doing this. Because a American like you, Slick, if all Americans was like you, then I would disagree with what he's doing because of your mindset and how you go about it. But there's different people in West Bubblefuck that don't follow this and have a completely different opinion and different outlook on this and wouldn't even use their. You would take your time to look this up. You would take your time to do research. They would just say, "Oh, Biden's doing this. I'm not taking the mask. Oh, woo, 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 woo." And
There's a
here
lot of
we
states
are.
that's still like that. A lot of people aren't wearing.
Yeah,
that. A lot of people, and
that's why the numbers go up. Look at Florida. They had Rolling Loud and did all of that, and then look at their numbers dramatically went up crazy. Became the epicenter.
I mean, that's Florida. I get it. I'm just saying that it's not like it's done in good faith. So for me personally, like I took it as something, like I said, family issues. Mm-hmm. But if we were locked down, would I have done it? Probably not.
Of course.
And I think that's the real thing. Like there are other solutions. And you're telling people like they're going to lose their job. They're not valid to work. Like you're threatening people's livelihoods because we refuse to admit that we fucked up and opening this shit back up. And we pretended for a while. We're trying, like that idea of acting like this is normal. That is probably the most dangerous portion about this, because people are going to events. People are going to concert stars. People are going to concerts. People are congregating in enclosed spaces. People are not masking up, right? There's so many other steps that could have been taken instead of just saying, "Yo, you're going to lose your job. You can't do this." Oh, you can't.
Is that the government fault or the people's fault? Because these are the people that we had elections for different states, and then we had people who go to these board meetings.
I can't let you use that because we already realized that the government is structured in a way where we're never going to be able to, like, our best interests are never, the people's best interests aren't really taken into consideration.
Well, no, certain people interests are taken into consideration.
Yeah, those with money, those with influence.
But there's been multiple videos of these town hall meetings of these people asking the government to open up and don't follow the mandate. Oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Remember, that was the biggest thing last year, that this whole coronavirus was a conspiracy theory. It's not real.
This shit is real. We've seen it.
Yes.
Shit is certainly
yeah, it was the whole stuff that it wasn't real. Oh, it's just boo, 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 boo. And there was a bunch of town hall meetings of people asking to open back up. Small businesses couldn't handle it. So the government listens.
The government listens when there's money involved.
And then now they, so it's like, I can't I can't give them the whole blame. Now, if you want to give 60% of the blame to the government, I'm comfortable with that. But at the end of the day, as Americans, we have to take accountability for we sort of created this monster. We kind of did. At one point, we didn't follow it. We fight against it. We made it a political thing. We made it a hot topic where we argue with each other. We even had videos of us protest. There was like a whole anti-mask protest that was going around, people and everything.
People don't like to be put in a position where they can't do what they want. That's true.
Because we Americans. This is what it is. We have all this rights and everything. And look what happens. So I can't really blame Biden for this, and I can't really sit here and blame government where we have to own up to the crap that we put ourselves into as well. Because if we had shut down and did exactly what we did, because there was plenty, even in New York, when we got shut down last year, even around my way in the floors, there was people having parties in shops that was supposed to be closed down. Underground party. Yeah,
I've definitely heard of that.
And if that happened in New York, imagine these other southern states. We put ourselves in that risk. We
put ourselves in a position where they're going to tell us that they're forcing, but to lose your civil liberties, to be able to tell my employer, "Nah, I'm not vaccinated, but you can't fire me." I don't know if that's
a government job. Yeah,
government job. Okay, I'll give you a government job. Everybody work for government. Some niggas work at McDonald's.
And for the healthcare industry, I'm 100% behind it.
I've heard a lot of doctors say they're not taking this shit.
I know, and I know a lot of nurses who saying they're going to quit and go find another job. And I'm like, if they're doing this for all the hospitals, so good luck with finding you a private center. Because if a private doctor is going to hire you, there's not that many private doctors no more. So the job's going to be very limited.
We could talk about this shit for hours. I'm not even going. We could dock it. Let's see what happens. There are court cases going out. I know, like I said, certain city officials are fighting against it to see. Just like the fact you can't tell me if I make the decision on my own, that's fine. But you're not going to tell me what I am going to do
that's the pride of being an American.
Pride of being a fucking adult.
No, that's just being American. Because if you go to India or someplace else that wasn't raised on that type of civil rights, you would just listen. You would just do it.
You would have no choice.
Yeah, but we have choice. We have thoughts.
Yeah, and
we still struggling on announcing people pronouns here.
Well, never mind. That's a story for another day. I'm gonna relax. I've been drinking too much. I would say some wild shit. This shit gonna be canceled at 41.
Let's not do this.
The Dirk episode will be canceled.
Come on now. We about to reach 500 a month. Let's go on to some funner topic.
About to hit the music world, starting with Verzuz.
Yes.
Fatjoe got his ass whooped.
Man, he made me look so bad, bro.
I felt bad because I was like,
right. You know what? I want to apologize to you, Slick.
What? I ain't picked nobody last week.
That's the thing. I want to apologize. You told me do not pick nobody. You bet wrong before because you picked someone. You told me no, I'm not going nowhere, and I sat and put my neck on the line for the Bronx, which I know I should never have done because
you bet on the Bronx and you
lost.
Unless it's the
Yankees,
I
should have known the Bronx would let me down. Crack, what's going on with you, Crack?
It's not his fault. He kind of like copped the plea at the end. He's like, yo, I chose this nigga to go against my brother because no one wanted to go against him. Yeah, and you got cleaned up, Joey. I was laughing. He's like, yo, these is hits, nigga. I'm like, I've never heard half of these songs. He rapped on a bunch of people beats. Remember, he came out like 4 times and had the best verses on records. He got
one of the classic albums, Jealous One Envy. That's a classic album.
We did the count. He had like 6 songs. And we said 2 of those 6, not necessarily hits. They just songs that everybody that we know. Ja Rule really went, I would say probably 15 out of 20 of his songs were hits. Like certified hits, but he's been out of the spotlight for so long, you don't hear those shits like that. You hear the J-Lo records, you might hear the Ashanti records in some functions.
Little Mo records.
Yeah, but it's like he played them shits in an order where it was a vibe. He brought out Jada, they had good people. I'm like, anybody that came out for Fatjoe, they were the best part of his songs. I can't recite a Fatjoe verse except Lean Back right now.
Yeah. The reason why I picked Fatjoe is because he's
a rapper.
He's been consistent. I mean, not just that, he's been consistent with music throughout the whole year. It's like with the joint album with Remy Ma, even with when he was over here linked up with the producer Dre.
Cool and Dre.
Yeah, and he was doing music with that. And then, he had other people that he was vouching for. And then, he's just been part of the music industry with the podcast. So I'm thinking he has collected a body of work because when did Ja Rule? I would say Ja Rule stop
in the late 90s, early 2000s to
I would say
when he dropped off probably like 2007.
Yeah,
that's probably the end of the last days.
2007, and you could say Fatjoe's been releasing music since then. Even with the DJ Khaled,
Fatjoe gets a hit or no. I'm gonna even call them hit because we gotta be specific. When you say hits in verses, you're not just saying a song that we've heard before. You're saying a song that I'm going to play. And 55, we're going over half the room. I'm like, oh, that's my shit. Matter of fact, no, we're gonna go 65 because I want niggas that's on your candy. Like, oh shit, you better have some fire, niggas. This is one of them ones. Right. He ain't have a lot of them ones. I watched the shit before we did this again, and I was like, wait,
you have to be a Fatjoe's fan.
He tried to do the Jadakiss shit. He tried to like WWE John Cena to rock his way into, I'm gonna set the stage for these records. So like, y'all rapping, nigga, this hip hop, you a singy song. Yeah, them singy song shits is fucking bops.
Oh,
Ja Rule won. If I had to give it a number, I'm gonna say 14-6.
14-6?
Yeah, it was almost Babyface versus Teddy Riley numbers.
Seriously?
It was bad.
Oh,
it was bad.
Now,
yeah.
Oh man, keep going.
Because it's like you think about it. I'm a 50 fan, and the only person that probably from that era that was going to beat Ja Rule and it was going to be narrative based would have been 50. Not saying 50 has more hits than Ja Rule, even though they might be right. They might be neck and neck, but we would have had the narrative like, yo, 50 ethered you.
You know what? And I want to shout out to 50 because 50 stayed himself out of that. He didn't say nothing about Ja Rule, and they kept. Irv Gotti had something to say, and then this morning Ja Rule had mentioned something about 50, and 50 stayed out the way, and I was surprised about that. I thought 50 was going to do his trolling effort.
He's not going to take the bait because he don't got nothing. It's like, yo, you're gaining something from mentioning me. If I respond, niggas is watching my shows. I don't got no music out.
Because Irv really violated him. He talking about, yo, this is a guy who got beat up, stabbed up by us, shot up, and he telling me he destroyed Murder Inc.
He did.
But he did though.
He
the
did.
Narrative is he did. Regardless regardless if the FBI was the real.
Like I said, y'all got hit with some cases, but in the terms of the entertainment, 50 fucked y'all up.
Because he just, while y'all was going down, he started excelling, and then the people around him started excelling because Lloyd Banks was making hits.
Young Buck,
and then he signed Mobb Deep at around the time.
Yo, it's crazy because Durb Gotti said that he was preventing 50 from getting signed, and then that's what happened. That nigga lashed on with the right niggas who ain't give a fuck about y'all, and let 50 shine for his. It was a quick rise to the top before, but 50 did what he needed to be done.
Now in this Verzuz, important stuff happened over here, and I wanted your opinion on this because this got Fatjoe in a little hot water over here. His comments. Let's play this.
You had to bring Remy to save you. This is pathetic.
You got all the mother dusty back there, John.
Let's go. Hold on.
Let's not go back.
Hey, yo, check this out. Hey, yo, Crack. The fact that Remy had to come out to save you, I'm going to keep that between me and you. Let's go.
I ain't going to lie. He bodied him with that. But that got Fatjoe in hot water with
Lil
Mo and Vita. And he apologized at the show. He apologized after the show. He apologized on Instagram.
Lil Mo still went to the
Little Mo put a post out. Yep. And that's what she said. I need everyone to tell Fatjoe he owes a genuine apology. I don't live in a crack house. I'm not a bitch, nor am I dusty. Street code. And which Remy Ma stepped in and basically said, yo, you know Joe. He apologized to you there. If you wanted to continue to talk or you want a general apology, hit my number, which I respect.
Don't try to make it like views or some shit.
What's your thoughts on what happened?
When I heard him say that, I was like, oh shit, they gonna be tight. I ain't gonna front. Vita was out there looking like she done missed a lot of meals. I'm sorry, I've been drinking, my fault. But I mean, yo, in battle rap and battles in general and banter between competitors, shit is gonna get said.
Yeah,
you feel me? And a lot of times, it's like I can hit at you. If it's not bothering you, I'm gonna try to hit someone else. Like when we play the game, oh yeah, that's why your mother's whatever. It's like some dumb shit, right? You don't really mean that shit. Like you're not trying to be as venomous as possible, unless you're like a white dude on a game that just likes to drop N words because you have a small penis. Yeah. But that's another story for another day. You feel me? But it happens. I realized he probably was. He said something. It was wild. Like he said, I was like, oh shit, it's curtains for boy. Then I realized, oh, never mind. They gonna have to squash this shit on the side. I think like, you know what? That it could have been slight clout chasing if he did apologize, but what if he didn't? It's he say, she said. We will never know.
I mean, he apologized. He went in the shade room comments and issue apology, but he said that. I remember I said that after
he apologized at the show, and he said it too. I said sorry to you, like I apologize if I made you feel a certain type of way.
I just think he's in the heat of the moment. You know, obviously he got competitive. It's New York, baby. We competitive out here. You feel me? That's what people don't forget. Like, I understand, you know, New York hip hop scene ain't really dominating like it used to, but we very competitive out here. That's why we still give a crap about who keeps saying who the king of New York is out here.
Can we also make a point too? Like, this verse was a perfect example of when you do something great, you can't try to follow it up and do the exact same thing again but change one thing.
Oh,
the thing that made the Dipset versus the Locks versus so special was like, yo, we got that concert feel. It was in New York, but it was organic. There was no blueprint to follow. That was the first time in the verse we saw like real showmanship. Like we seen people talk shit, but it was always like it was hit or miss, or somebody was too drunk, or it just didn't have like, you know, that fight feel. Like Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat tried to Bobby Brown, but it was like, nigga, you singing love songs. How you beefing me over love songs? So I think Fatjoe and Ja tried to emulate that Jada Kiss feel that, you know, I'm gonna go out there and talk my shit, but the songs wasn't lining up. Like it was a lot of shit where it's like, yo, we thought Dipset was gonna clean them niggas up off of hits, but then it was structure, it was delivery, it was, you know, when to play this, how I'm gonna intro this, outro that, who I'm gonna bring out. Like in terms of surprises, this shit hit. The surprises, Ashanti came out and you saw Nelly when they hugged his baby girl. Yeah. Nelly like, my shorty left me. You know,
I need that gift. Send that to me. Anybody send me that gift of him trying to, you know, can I get a hug?
He got the hug. She rubbed his
that own thing back.
She was twerking on stage and shit. You saw when she came out, he left. He's like, nah, I gotta let her get her shit off. I'm gonna pull up on her.
Apparently she's in a relationship. So
what that mean?
Oh,
that's Nelly. Underlay, mommy, oh.
You said it perfectly. It's Nelly. Nelly has not been popping since Grills.
It wasn't Sean. All that Sean she do is post fire Instagram pictures. What music? She can't sing.
She popping?
She talks, sing. She don't sing.
Nah, she wrote All You Really. She wrote that for J-Lo.
She got. I'm gonna say, what's she writing now? I'm just saying. It's Nelly.
Don't do that.
It's Nelly. I'm saying. Underlay, mommy, What's popping tonight?
Yo, that shit was a hit back then. Now, if you wanna take a ride with me in the Benz in the back of the Benzie, why must I
know something you don't know, and I got something to tell you.
That was a shit though. I ain't gonna lie.
They gotta do that verse with Ludacris again. I need live action.
That's a fact. But the verses, I like it. But it was
6 out of 10.
Yeah, they should have. You know what? They should have done a lot of verses and then have this.
Yeah, they could have. They could have went to another. They could have went to the West. They could have went somewhere where they could have found somebody else.
Now, question. Jermaine Dupri want all that smoke.
Did he ducking? Did he ducking?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, put some respect on.
You didn't write those songs. You did not make those beats. Let's be real.
You feel me? He talking about he could beat him with just Biggie and Mary J. Blige's hit.
But then because JD got prime Usher and prime Mariah Carey. It's over.
Come on, he got Bow Wow. Don't leave me out here to open with Bow Wow. He got the brat. He got the franchise boy. He been in the game long as
he got his own. He got the shit with Janet.
He got the shit with Jay-Z.
He got
that's a good battle. But Diddy talking about he want to go against Dre, and I'm just like, Dre's a safe bet.
Nah, Dre not doing this shit.
Dre's a safe bet because Dre. I'm talking about for the millennials. A lot of people only know a couple of old Dre songs. You have to be a real hip hop head to understand what songs that he produced, especially recently.
But even recently, you got Kendrick. You got in the last 15, you got Kendrick. You got 50. You got M. You got his own shit.
But I don't even think they're gonna attribute it to Dre.
Nah, but I mean, it's the production, and that's the thing. Mm-hmm. If it's a producer's battle, it's like everything is fair game.
Oh, if it's a producer battle, then Diddy lose.
If it's my songs, like songs I've done, it might open up a little bit. But you're gonna have like that the millennial, late 90s kids versus the 80s, early 90s people. Like, yo, nah, Dre got that. It's gonna be that debate. Like, when DMX and Snoop was battle, we was like, oh, I'm rocking with X, you rocking with Snoop. It's just different feelings.
Now in the producer battle, Jermaine Dupri sweeps Diddy.
But then you gotta see what
in the song battle. That's a tough because the thing about it is with the Biggie song, Diddy usually had like, even though he wasn't like rapping, but he had
a verse, or he had an intro, a hook.
Yeah, so he could easily say like, "Yo, I was part of that song."
But production, he had a Bad Boy, so he's got production credits on all of that shit.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Cheating, though, damn, because he can. What about Stevie J and shit? You feel me?
Oh, exactly.
I would love to see that versus. That versus would be fire. I don't think Diddy and Dre is not really an animatic, like a very outgoing person like that. I feel like Jermaine Dupri will really put on a show, and you already know Diddy will put on a show himself. So I think if we're going to continue doing these concert things,
I think versus is dying, bro.
Really?
I think it's dying. We're outside again. Think about it.
But that's the perfect part for the concerts.
If you watch these verses, crowd reaction is very key, and you see like the equipment is more so situated for the artists on stage. When they're in the same room, they was in their own space on live. It's like we get to vibe out versus how they reacting in their own personal space. Mm-hmm. You feel me? When niggas started getting OD dressed up to sit in their house, it was like, oh shit, we getting to that point where it's about to be too much. And then we got to the point now where like every versus is in a venue. Like if your shit don't hit, you do shit niggas don't know, and they quiet. It's like, well, just because you going hard now, I don't give a fuck about this song.
Oh yeah,
you feel me?
I saw a couple people who went there, and they didn't sound like they, at least from the stories, look like at least the ones in the back. Maybe the people in the front wasn't having a good time, but the people in the back was throwing up.
I'm just saying, I feel like
maybe a different place.
How many more matchups can you do with now touring and starting back up? So a lot of these artists they're not hurting for a check to do this shit. You feel me? Now it's gonna be a bunch of legacy acts, which is cool. Like I could see those same legacy acts at some random Mother's Day concert at the Barclays. Damn. That's what all the niggas was before. I'm sorry to say, that's what they always at.
Okay, I mean I get you. It's definitely need to reduce the amount that they do, because I think they were trying to do like it was almost like 2 a month or once a month.
The novelty is dying. It's not fresh anymore. You have to find a way to refresh it. You feel me?
I say, yo, make it a main event type of thing. Like have 2 younger artists go, like have a mini versus.
Like you got 5 versus 5. You've been out for a year. Let me see your 5 versus my 5.
And then have the main act. You feel me? Just to keep it going.
But it's so regional. That's the thing too. You gotta pick the right spot. Like it's so much that goes into it. Like they made their bread. They got a seat at the table at Triller. Triller's in trouble for that boxing shit with Evander Holyfield though. So we can talk about that another time though.
Yeah. But let's move on though, because we got some other stuff on the docket and we're trying to keep it in time. We gonna pass by this real quick. The Pop Smoke gravesite got damaged.
Vandalism. They tried to pull the coffin out.
Yeah, y'all sick. We gonna keep this very short. Y'all disgusting. Let that man rest, please. Thankfully, you feel me? It got cleaned up, and his mom helped cleaned up, and all that resolved. But that's just crazy. Like, what possessed y'all to go? I understand he had ops in New York, but I hope y'all not going to people's gravesite and over here damaging it. Like, yo, y'all soul ain't right out here.
And it ain't no code, bro. That's what it really comes down to. There's absolutely no code, and yeah, sick shit. I send love towards his family. That's something you don't want to deal with. Almost 2 years after the fact.
Yeah, like what the boy, he's resting, and yes, he's still living long. They keep his name alive, but I'm like, yo, yeah, y'all did not have to go out y'all way to go damage his gravesite. Let the man rest in peace, man. We're gonna keep it on to that. Now, I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute, but Jay-Z basically
he answered the question.
He answered the question. So if you on Twitter the past couple of weeks, they you know that big old debate, either get $500K or dinner with Jay-Z. Which one you picking, Slick?
Taking my money.
You're not even gonna want to talk to Hov. Get the game, get the knowledge.
What's he going to tell me that's going to get me $500K immediately?
Yo, he worth a couple bill. You heard what my man was talking about on on the Drake Certified Lover Boy, break all the records, but we're going to talk about that. But go ahead.
Can we have a deep dive on Hov? Hov has a lot of great rebrands. He's been able to leverage a lot of positions. He's also
great with liquor.
He's shown that the power of investing. I'm pretty sure I could read a book and learn similar tactics. And with the key thing with investing, a lot of times it comes down to capital. No niggas' words are worth, unless he wrote them shits in a one-of-a-kind book and I'm publishing that shit. Nobody's words.
Now, imagine if you had a game plan already, but you just needed that extra little financial
If I have
advice.
a game plan, what the fuck is he going to tell me? I can go find me a Jewish person in freaking Brownsville or near Brownsville.
Brownsville.
What's the town next to Brown? Wherever what town they live in Brooklyn? I go to 5 towns. I will find me a Jewish lawyer. We will sit down and we will figure it out. That's my thing. Like, the idea of it is cool. Yo, my favorite rapper who turned businessman is going to give me advice. That white boy just tried to do that with Logan Paul. That nigga told him, yo, you obviously had the balls to come here. Go figure some shit out. That nigga was on the line
crying. I'm like, bro, you quit a 6-figure job to go work for Logan Paul?
Exactly. Now, if you have a game plan, you got shit, cool. I'll guarantee you, if I can get in the room with you once, I'll get in the room with you again. You give me that $500K and let's see where I'm at. Let's make a deal. I'll make this $500K. Give me 6 months and let's talk then. Let me see what I've turned it into. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I was gonna pick my money. I mean, I'm from Brooklyn. You know, I rep Brooklyn. Bow, heavy. Love Hov.
Hov don't talk to that many people anyway. What's the odds he gonna give me some great advice? He's like, yo, young.
I mean, you get a flick with
him.
Young,
I like
eat some good food with him.
I like what you're doing, man. I appreciate you coming out.
He might get
you a damn fool for not taking that money. That's the advice he gonna tell you.
He might point you to the right direction. He might give you a contact info.
He's gonna introduce you to somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So you're gonna skip to the front of the line and be told to go back to the back of the line and start over. That's what's gonna happen. 100%.
I mean, you might be.
If that was the case, he would be having seminars around the country telling you little shit, and it's not. It doesn't happen. It's unrealistic.
Yeah. Take that $500K. Well, he answered it too. He said, "Yo, take that $500K.
Go read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Go read The Power of Thought. Go read some books. Go spend $500 and get you some books and take some courses on how to do some shit, and flip your little save a couple G's and then flip that into a couple hundred G's, and then try to get a ticket to the Met Gala. There you go.
Met Gala. Oh,
Yeah.
nah. Child, we're not gonna talk about it because we're not no fashion podcast. But some of y'all was looking stupid on the Met Gala, and shout out to Chloe and Haley. Shout out to Rihanna. Y'all was looking scrumptious, deliumptious out here. Kalani was looking great. Love you, Kalani.
Shout out to Chloe. Yo, that single, man. That single,
yes.
that performance. VMAs. Remember when the
Shout out to Normani too. Shout out
VMAs
to
used to be important. Shout out to everybody that put on. Doja had a good performance. Busta Rhymes was able to perform for a crowd full of white people in the middle of Brooklyn.
Little Nas X, you kind of confused me, bro. One minute you pregnant, and then next minute you performing, and you wasn't pregnant, and then next minute you pregnant again, bro. You confusing me now, bro.
Impressive. That's magic.
You feel me? Poof, Harry Potter. But shout out to that. We gonna pass that because we don't really care about that. We really care about this PJ Washington and Brittany Renner.
Yo, you seen the video, my boy?
I gotta play it.
She said it's stepdaddy season. Oh,
let's go.
Hey, y'all. Hi. It's officially stepdaddy season.
That's all you gotta say.
Yeah,
That's all you gotta say. Fuck that.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Because once you accuse of all the crazy shit she's been accused of, and you open a video like that, I'm like, oh my god, you gotta die.
I need someone to take PJ Washington Twitter away from him because you burying yourself every time you tweet because he said shit wicked out here, bro. We know we watching it the same way you are, bro.
Nah, I mean that shit is so crazy, but we knew what she was about.
That's why everybody, getting on her for being a predator and all that other stuff. I mean, cool, whatever. Y'all want to get on her for that, basically red shirting the boy. At the end of the day, homie, you stupid, and you deserve all of that, bro. You can't be out here tweeting it's wicked out here.
Nah, I'm not going front though. You thought
You really thought she was there for you, brother?
A fine woman. A fine woman can have you believe anything. So,
but let me talk to
and
him real
he's
quick.
10 years younger than her.
Let me talk to him real quick. You really thought she liked you for you? You thought you was really that cute, my guy? You really thought if you was a regular guy,
we will never know what
you would have bagged someone like Brittany Renner, my guy?
He still would have been 6'10", probably. He got clipped.
Nah, baby Tiana Trump would let him clip.
So leave Tiana alone, man. She just out here trying to suck dick and mind her business. Let her rock.
Bro, please, Tiana. We're gonna save that for love. We're gonna save that for a lot of pod. No. I wanted, bro. When I saw that, I forgot what HBCU he went to, but homie posted up that he got her back in her dorm because she was visiting one of the schools and he just hit her up randomly. I was like, yo, what? I was like, I was jellier than a motherfucker, bro. I was like, I want that.
Nah,
I need her to do some thing. She said she gonna suck it for the man. I never had that before,
I'm just saying. PJ Washington is just a cautionary tale. Be careful who you put a baby in. That's really the truth of it. Because it's like, yes, we see this as, NBA player sleeps with a video chick or an Instagram girl and gets caught up. This shit happen more often than you think to regular niggas that just got a nice little 2021 car.
Yeah, and I think it's just bad because he keeps talking about it. And he keeps putting the Twitter on it, and I'm just like, bro, just take your L respectfully.
They have a child, and of course he gonna be like, yo, you out here playing around like that's. I just want to see my kid. Like, you did me dirty. It's fine. Like, you can take that part to the grave, but like, though, they have a kid. I'm not letting no narrative go around where I'm not providing for my kid. And like, you're not letting me see him. You're parading around like,
Okay, but when you talking, but these encrypted tweets that you're doing, shit wicked out here.
He probably can't say nothing.
That out here, bro. Just go to court and fight for custody. You over here.
He's not
doing all these things, going on your stories, playing these songs. Doing these sad boys.
21. Is he even 21 yet?
Well, where's the OGs in your life, bro? Where's the OGs?
He's an NBA player.
Where's the NBA vets telling you, yo, calm that down, Rook? Even though he's not a rookie, but calm that down.
He fucked her like a rookie. So, sorry.
Okay, let's move on.
I've been drinking.
Let's move on. Speaking of basketball, the NBA Hall of Fame inductees. Oh man,
I told you I was drinking this episode.
Okay. What do you think about the NBA Hall of Fame 21 inductees?
I think everybody was well deserved. Chris Bosh, he didn't get to finish his career the way he wanted, but he was impactful every year he was in the league. Outside his rookie, even his rookie, he was impactful. Won 2 championships. He kind of help populate the big three, and being that one star does often have to take a step back for it to be successful. And he kind of also made it that stretch big. It was around, but he made it like dynamic in that sense of like, we were still having like strong back to the basket centers. And he's like, yo, nah, I'm going to adjust my game. I'm going to do what's best for the team. And he was averaging 19, 20 points. So shout out to him. Paul Pierce, man, nobody really likes him as a person, but
yes.
If you think about
I like him because he be with the strippers and smoking.
He be with the shits.
You feel me?
100%. He be with the shits, but also he was that player when they were trying to figure out who was going to be the next Jordan, and it was that low before LeBron got there when Kobe was kind of like, people didn't want to give him that title, and T-Mac was, he was there, but he wasn't really producing winning.
Yeah,
he was one of those guys along with like the Jason Kidd Nets and Indiana Pacers that like. Paul Pierce was one of those guys.
Stop hating on LeBron, though, Paul. Let it go, bro.
Who else was it? Ben Wallace, much deserved.
Yes,
undrafted player, made a great career. I remember he was on a cover of video games this year. He was on, was it Live or 2K? He was on one of them.
Oh, 2K. He
was on 2K, right? So Ben Wallace, man, well deserved.
Chris Webber,
well deserved.
Yes,
from college and NBA. Like, yo, he's a rigged NBA game and like 4 missed free throws away from stopping a Lakers three-peat. So
yeah, that's a fact. Then you have
Tony Kukoc,
but he's from the international.
Hey, I'll take it. I don't give a fuck. I made it. Look, mama, I made it. Or
shout out to Yolanda Griffin and 7-time WNBA All-Star Lauren Jackson, and then you had
she used to play in Seattle, I believe, right?
Yes, and you had the 9th winningest coach in NBA history, Rick Adelman.
Yeah.
Edelman,
he passed away, didn't he?
Yep,
yeah.
So he did. And then we had the Villanova coach Jay Wright. Yes,
Jay Wright is out there. He's in Philly producing great teams. So shout out to all.
Yeah, that was well deserved. Shout out to D Wade and LeBron for showing up for Chris Bosh. Always enjoy seeing that. Yeah, salute to you guys though. Clap it up for Slick. All right. So
CLB time.
CLB a week and a half later, right?
That's about a week.
Yeah, a week and a half later.
We got the results in. Drake has shattered more records.
Get in my bag.
Dropped number 1 on the Billboard with over 600,000 albums sold.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 on the Billboard 100.
You lucky that song with Justin Bieber is a bop. Or I would have fought for 10 out of 10.
All 21 songs charted within the top 40. Way Too Sexy dropped at number 1. Future has his first number 1 record.
Also, Travis Scott got some love, even though he basically shaded Drake on the sicko mode by not giving him credit, though.
Travis Scott got Lil Baby, got another number. Drake, this is their second consecutive number 2 record.
This is Young Thug's
third number 1 record as a featured artist. Jay-Z gets his first top 10 in quite a while. Project Pat got a top 10. And the album still is a 7.8.
No, don't cut shot that. I was not supportive of that.
Album is still a 7.8.
And Beatles who?
I'm not gonna let you do that. I can't let
the
you
Beatles who?
I can't let you get that off.
The Beatles?
I can't let you get that off. I can't let you get that off.
Beatles who?
I can't let you.
What he say? What was the Beatles ball that Drake had?
Let's not do that. We gotta stop.
We gotta stay in my zone. Walk it like I talk it.
Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that.
With Twist and Shout? That was even the Beatles, but fuck it.
We can't do that. You gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta understand.
Certified Lover Boy. And he almost beat his own record. He only missed out by 3 million. Because Scorpion had 176.
That's because he didn't put. If he would have put Laugh Now, Cry Later, he would have got it. Or he would have put that in the songs for other.
It's just Drake versus Drake at the end of the stuff. Let me get in my bag real quick.
No, I'm gonna stop you before you get in my bag. I gotta interrupt you. We can't.
Donda what? R.I.P. to his mom though.
You can't compare what Drake did versus what the Beatles and Mike Jack did. But it's the fact that the rules are different.
I understand.
Because
let me talk my shit though.
I have to preface it because I'm a big Drake fan. But I remember what Charlamagne said about is he manipulating charts? I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying that the way that the shit is weighted now is too ambiguous to say, all right, yo, he got the record, congratulations. But if this was pure album sales, would this be the same? He only sold 45. People don't buy CDs anymore, right?
Yeah,
Granted,
so that's not his fault.
it's not his fault, but it's also that's not Michael Jackson's fault. Because who's to say if Thriller would have came out in the streaming era, he probably would have had all 10 spots.
I ain't gonna lie. If Thriller came out now,
But I'm saying
it wouldn't have been.
it's not now. It's if streaming was around then. If we were in the same we don't buy records. We're just
but that's just the time.
think about how many times you heard Thriller in your mother's house as a kid.
I know. I mean, R.I.P. to Mike. But I mean, it's unfair to even compare those two.
Yeah, it is. So we can say modern day, yes. I'll let you get your shit off yet, but I still look at this stream because it's like, and even so, he could probably be.
But then again, if you kept it, and
I was gonna say if you kept it at the same where it was like it wasn't streaming, it was albums. You're not going to tell me that
Drake would have.
You're not going to tell me that
what there
700 million streams or whatever is only 600,000. I'm telling them suck my dick. So that shit is not. I'm being 100%. Like either way, this shit is too fucking weird, and artists are not mad enough about this because you're not going to tell me I reached damn near 1 billion people, but I only sold 600,000 albums because you don't want to pay me. Fuck out of here. That's dumb as fuck. Yeah. And I think the artists need to stop taking that shit.
I think that's why they need to go to the Tory Lanez.
Yeah, NFT. He should have. If he dropped the NFT, he's automatically platinum. He nuts that million.
But he's in Universal. OVO's in Universal.
He got 25 million up front, so he got his money. He said it. He gets 25 million an album. I respect that 100%. So if you're getting paid up front like Drake, you don't have much to beef about, I guess. Mm-hmm. But other artists should be looking at this like, yo, nigga did he did damn near 1 billion streams for the second time. And they said he didn't go platinum his first week.
Come on now.
That makes absolutely no
that's why I keep
sense.
Comparing him to LeBron. They need to kind of keep my boy down, but we going to rise above. Yo, Drake, drop the deluxe because I see you teasing it. I saw that little, what's that?
Aren't those just alternative covers? Those are just what the covers could have been.
I know, but there was a leaked track with him and the Nigerian artist. Crap.
Not Burner.
Not Burner. It was it's gonna kill me because after we finish this episode, it's gonna pop up in my head and everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, how you don't know this is popular Nigerian artist?" But yeah, I saw that and I preferred that Afrobeat song
to the
Tim song.
I think he's wanting to give Tim's a look though.
And Tim's was popping right now because of Essence, and that's
her
the reason
own.
why.
She dropped some shit last week that was fire too.
No, she dropped now.
She dropped the tape.
Yeah, Vibes out. Yeah,
I didn't hear Vibe. I heard the single she dropped.
No, she just dropped this week. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna give you our review next week. Also I want to listen to the Yebby. Yebba. Yeah. But I want to make this a little quick before we get to our song of the week and all that good stuff. I like this album. I really do, bro.
We expect you not to. That's the question. You got to think you was gonna like it regardless if it was trash or not.
No. It's a very cohesive album. Like it's better than Scorpion. It's better than Scorpion. It's very cool.
You cursed me out. I could roll the tape back.
Okay, you got that. It's better than Scorpion, and it keeps getting better and better.
It's better than Scorpion and Thank Me Later, and maybe What a Time to Be Alive. That's it.
Oh yeah, but What a Time to Be Alive was not a really good album to me.
It wasn't, but those are the three it's better than.
And then you know what I hated, and I was gonna go on a long rant, but I'm just gonna let it show. Don't views this album.
It can't because Views was different for him, and I can admit because I hated Views, and now I love it.
Don't views this album. I'm just saying right now. Don't views this album. We're gonna come back in a couple of years,
and it's gonna still be in the middle of his catalog.
And it's not. It's gonna be up there. It's gonna be in the
top 5. It's better than Take Care. Will it be better than Take Care? Will it be better than
Nothing was the same as the number one Drake album. We had this debate on this podcast already, and he said it himself.
He said it's his favorite. That doesn't make it his best.
If it's his favorite, it's his best, and it was after Take Care. So if that means it's automatically
that's a different time in his life.
We're not
favorite
this because this gonna be an hour and a half. It's gonna be 2-hour podcast over here.
They're not synonymous with each other.
But he created it after Take Care, so that means it had to be better than.
He created Views after Nothing Was the Same, and he created this after.
But he did that interview after Views was released and after Scorpion was released, and he said Nothing Was the Same was his favorite album. So obviously
his
he thinks
favorite, not the best.
If his best, it's his work. If he think that's his favorite, that got to be his best work.
No, that's not. Those 1 + 1 does not equal fish. That's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You just lost that. You lost that debate.
How did I lose that debate?
The man himself said that
his favorite album can be attributed to 50 million different things.
So how that's not his best album to him?
To him, not in terms of what popularity.
If he's the artist and he created an album, and he says this album is my favorite.
Do you think he would say Scorpion is his least good, his worst LP? Do you think he would ever admit that?
No, but he wouldn't say it was his best. But he wouldn't say it was his favorite.
You said it was great last week. That
but I didn't put it. I don't. It's not in
and it's not
in the top.
Once you put out a body,
top 5?
once you put out a body of work, it is subjective. So you could feel it's great, but if the consensus is that it is terrible.
But he said in the debate, they asked him, take care or nothing was the same.
They asked, nothing was the same. Key word you said was him. We can debate. It could be 1A, 1B. It could be 1.
But doesn't having the artist placing that album over the other one doesn't give it no type of credit, no type of extra points?
Because it's not up to any. No artist is gonna say their shit was trash. They're gonna say their shit is 1B. They're gonna say they have a
no, I'm saying right now the debate has always been
nothing was the same.
Take care. So it has been in the even match. Yes. Between public. Now I'm saying if the artist places nothing was the same over take care, does not give it an extra 2 points.
Artists cannot say that what is the best work they have done. They can say what is their favorite because that's the shit that meant the most to them at the time or compared to whatever space they were in.
You gonna make me find this.
But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. I'm saying that with art, it is subjective to the people that take it in. That we can go back and forth with whatever.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying since we're so evenly matched,
matters.
How he's
because he put it out. If we make up our podcast right now, we can say this is the best podcast we ever did,
which it is,
and people can this episode right here, and somebody can say episode. What were we talking about earlier? We can say the big 3 episodes.
Big 3. Nah, I got a lot of big
exactly. People might say the big 3 episodes. We can say right now the last episode, the CLB episode, is the best episode we've done. If they go back to that one, no matter, even though we said it, they're going to say that podcast is their favorite as a consumer.
Okay, but if it was between episode 25 and episode 30, and it's been evenly matched on public opinion, we have the artist
has the least amount of say in that situation. Because they created it, they're going to always pick which.
Okay, I would accept that if it was he said that after Nothing Was the Same was just released. If he said that after Nothing Was the Same release, it would avoid it because it's like, bro, you just released this album. Obviously, this is your current album. Of course, you're going to say that's your best work. But after you released a couple of projects after Nothing Was the Same, and you still put that on top. That got to give it a couple points.
I'm discrediting any artist telling us what their best work is. Nas would probably argue that he likes certain albums more than Illmatic, but everyone's going to always say Illmatic is his classic work, right? He said on Wax it's a different album. I think it was written as his favorite album. Not as whatever was after it was written. It's his favorite album. But most people will go back and say Illmatic is that one. That's anonymous Nas work.
No, I understand, but I'm saying because we're stuck. The public opinion is stuck between those two.
I get
I'm saying that he's the tiebreaker. The artist is the tiebreaker.
It's never going to be a definitive answer. He can't be the tiebreaker because he made it. That's like 2K saying 2K 15 is the best game, but most people say it could be 17, it could be 16. You feel me? It's never going to be. That person has the least amount of credibility in it because they created it. They're always going to have their moments with whatever was going on with their life when they made it. That moment in time.
So you telling me if I say 2K12, if I was Rodney
2K can't say shit because it's like you made the game. You're going to have ties to whatever you made, but most people be like, nah.
Both of them are my work. So
they're all your work, but you create these different works. I don't care what you think about it because my job is to consume it. He can say CO. He can say in 2 years.
So who would be the tiebreaker then?
There would be no tiebreaker. It is subjective. There is no metric system out there that's going to tell us what is the best piece of work.
So we've been having this debate for years, and we telling me nobody can tell us who the winner in this, not even the artist.
Nobody's going to change their mind. Nobody's going to. Your mind can change.
So we've been having this debate for no reason then.
Not really, because we like to argue and we have to prove valid points. And I could also say CLB is a carbon copy of those 2 albums.
All right, okay, you know what? Let it breathe for a month first. Let it breathe for a month before you do that.
Did he do anything new?
That's not the point. Let it breathe for. Let it get its own. Let it flourish on its own for a bit.
New? Take Care was when we got the reels. We got like So Far Gone Part 2. Nothing Was the Same was him on his bravado shit. We didn't get that Drake. Views was
yes,
him.
you did. You did get him on his bravado shit. That's the only thing he been doing the last couple of years.
I said that Nothing Was the Same when we got Drake on his bravado, and we didn't get that prior to Nothing Was the Same. Views on a full.
That if you read it, if it's too late.
That's mixtape.
Okay.
And then you get Views. We had a whole Drake spiel.
We was that part of the docket.
But fuck it. You have Views, which was different. It didn't sound like nothing we've heard from Drake before. I hated it at first. I was like, I did not expect this. And then now it's like I could play that shit front to back. And
that's what I'm saying. Y'all viewing Certified Lover Boy.
Views was different. And then Scorpion was a mixed mash of hits. And
you know who I blame for all of this? Kanye. If Kanye wasn't keep beefing with my guy and he could release a great Drake album, because Kanye keeps throwing shots at him or keep doing stuff behind the scenes, Drake got to respond with his music, and this is why. Because Scorpion supposed to sound like a whole different other album if Ye didn't do that fuck shit that he did. And then also if Kanye, I'm telling you right now, if Kanye West did not try to drop Donda around the same time as Drake, we would have been viewing this album differently. I feel like what was the problem with people viewing Certified Lover Boy the way that they're viewing it is because y'all heard Donda and y'all seen the potential little Donda versus Certified Lover Boy. So you was expecting Certified Lover Boy to be this whole different way, and also not only a response to Kanye West, but a response to Kanye West's artistry. And Drake was like, no, I've been had this album for a minute. This had nothing to do with Kanye this time. Scorpion has something to do with Kanye. This Certified Lover Boy was supposed to be its own entity, but Kanye West kind of stepped in with Donda and made it all about this little beef stuff. But this Certified Lover Boy had nothing to do with him, except for 7 a.m. on Brittle Pad. And when he was laughing in the car seat, that's the only part.
I don't know, man. I think regardless of Kanye, I think you could use that argument for Scorpion. I think regardless of whatever he intended it to be, if CLB was really that great, there wouldn't be a debate about Donda and CLB right now, regardless.
But I know I'm saying because they expect
Drake, congratulations, my nigga, you got it.
Drake is the GOAT, top 2 and not 2. Put some respect on my nigga's name out here. You feel me? Drop the deluxe on them. Drop it on them, bro.
Drake is too big of an
artist. I see you got that bad little thing that you post up on your picture. Even though she had to delete it off her gram, I still caught it. She fire. Drake, Bachelor out here. Bachelor of the decade out here, though. You feel me? We're not going to talk about the Sukihana music video. I love it. Remind me of the Nelly tip drill video, the Ludacris video, swiping the credit card in between the booty cheeks.
It's just genius because she's using the push for sex workers to and grow her career.
Yeah, so shout out to Sukihana, though. That's the only thing I got to say about the music video. But now it's the song of the week, though. We didn't bless y'all last week, but this time we're going to do it. That was EOS. Yagi B set the trends. Dougie B. Go support the Bronx niggas. Even though Fatjoe let me down, though. I ain't going to hold you. But let the beat breathe a little bit. You know what time it is. Play it, Slick.
I can be toxic, but so what? You going to love it here. Shit, fuck is you talking about? We have fun over here. It's very fun here.
Yes, it's the TSA. Toxic service announcement. We got one for you guys this week, but it's gonna be a fun little one though. You feel me? This is a BuzzFeed article that I ran across. Actually, shout out to the No Chaser podcast, Tim Chatsaratsu and all of them. You feel me? I got the article from there. It's questions that girls are afraid to ask guys.
So you want my drunk ass to answer these stupid ass questions?
Yes, it's 17 questions. We're going to run through it quick because, we trying to make this a little short podcast. Even though we went past the limit, I feel like.
We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes? All right. All right. What question do you want to hit first?
Let me see.
What does the inside of vagina feel like?
That's the fucking question you picked first, you sick motherfucker.
It's the toxic service announcement. You know what they're here for. If you made it to this end of the podcast, you know what we're here for the fuckery, the safe space.
What does vagina feel like? Shit, good vagina or like and mediocre, like regular, like
whatever you want, king.
It's just goes out. I feel like room temperature apple pie holds low key.
No wonder why that nigga was fucking in America.
It makes low key. It makes sense. Like it's like it's not. Especially if she got that good, like you you go in that thing, it's like it's a little warm. You know, it's like it's safe. Get the little macaroni sound going. I
like
think
a
that's
nice fit, depending on what type of vagina you have.
I mean, if she got a little canyon under there, I mean, you just gotta work your hips a little more.
Oh.
Let her spell. She been spelling her name a little bit too much in her lifetime.
I ain't gonna lie, creamy vagina just feels like it feels like
You
macaroni.
really love with creamy. You sick motherfucker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I went deeper. Okay. I told you I should have been more. I said I was gonna be more conservative on this. Well, I lied. Fuck it. I don't care. Creamy vagina just feels like the best. I ain't gonna lie. They should have asked what's the best vagina feels like, and I'm saying, yo, the girls who got the creamsicles. Yeah, hit the DM. You feel me?
That's not a yeast infection.
Oh, that's a fact too. But the creamsicles one, that just feels like magic. That just feels like love, and that just feels like. What give me an analogy.
It's like you trying to fuck a Krispy Kreme donut. You sick.
That just feels like everything and above. You feel me? But vagina just feels like home. that's what vagina.
If it's yours.
Like. If it's yours, it feels like
yours,
home.
it's like going to the library.
Yeah, it feels like an Airbnb. You feel it's nice. You rented it out for the night.
If she bad, it's like, yeah, I'm on vacation.
Feel like an Airbnb. You know, certain ones feel like a hotel.
But when it's yours, that shit different because you're like, yo, you know, it's like, all right, yeah, I'm the only person.
You know what you put on the walls. That painting on the wall. You know, you putting your own paintings on the wall.
It's like having a reserved parking spot if you live in New York City. It's like no matter what, you know, you about to be like you straight.
Yeah, facts. Ask one of those questions.
I was about to read the same one. How much does height matter to you in terms of the attraction to a woman? I mean, it depends. Like, I'm a tall guy. You're a super tall guy. I mean, I feel more for me. I mean, I always like women a little, like, they gotta be like 5'3" or 5'4", like 5'4" and up. 5'4" and up has always been a vibe. I don't know. I can't date no one a girl that's over like 5'11". No, because she wear heels. She told me that's just awkward. We just like two big ass giraffes grazing through the Serengeti or something.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I can't date a girl taller than me. But if you're a girl taller than me, that means you tall as shit.
That means you about to go to the league.
A matter of fact, fuck it, yo, hit me up because you got to go to the league. You about to make this money, baby.
Better slide in Liz Cambridge.
I ain't gonna lie, I do love short girls. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, give me a nice little 5'1", 5'2". Even a 4'11" John. I had a good 4'11" John. You feel me? That
nigga, you like 6'11".
Don't do that. I like me some short girls, like little pocket sized girls. You know, they be getting angry, they be pouting, they be looking all cute, and like, yo, you just want to pat them on the head, like, you know. So I mean, height don't really matter to me. I don't really care about height. So, but it does help with the attraction. Like, if I could find a girl who, if there's a girl like that could reach my shoulder, I find that more attractive. I ain't gonna lie. And you have a body with it too, you hitting it. Now, one of the other questions was, what do an erection feel like?
Why would you read that fucking question?
we got. It's the toxic service announcement. You feel me? These are questions that girls are afraid to ask guys.
I've never thought about that. Prior to you just asking that dumb ass question, I was gonna ask, what do you like? Is it hard to cry? Like, I was gonna ask some sensitive shit. We can do that after. I don't know. What does it feel like?
Like I heard on the No Chaser podcast, it's like a nose flaring. Like, you know, like you flare your nose. It's kind of like that. I kind of agree with it a little bit. But it feels like bad decisions. That's what it feels like. Because you know, girls, y'all don't understand when that blood rush down there, your mind just goes on a warpath. You just kind of look for home when you go over there.
I think the best comparison I think is like when you go to the gym and you like get like a good pump, like that feeling right after. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Like when your muscle is just like, yo, ooh, like you didn't max out, but it's like you got enough of a subtle workout to be like, yo, all right, nah, I can keep going. Like I feel like I'm that nigga. Like I'm active. You feel me? I think that's like the best feeling.
Okay, so let's get a little vulnerable. What do women unintentionally do or say that hurts your feelings?
That's a good one. I think for me, I don't know. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm big on like facial expressions and shit. So like I pay attention to like what my woman like what she says, what she does, what like how she rolls her eyes when I say something, or like she doesn't pay attention when I'm trying to do something nice for her. Like that shit definitely would throw me off. I also think like in terms of like verbiage and words, kind of like just like brushing off me when I'm trying to like it's hard.
I was gonna say that downplaying my emotions.
Even like if I'm trying to do something that might be a little vulnerable or something, that I'm not necessarily, I don't want to say comfortable, but I guess in terms of would be comfort. Like I'm not 100% comfortable in doing, even as like, I'm not big on PDA. Like I'm not that person. I could love you to death, but I'm like, I don't like holding hands outside. I'm an only child. For most of my life, I've been an only child. So like, I'm big on my space. So even like laying in bed, like I'm not a cuddler. I suck at cuddling. It's not like suck like I'm gonna put my dick in your butt on your butt or something like that after. Like before, like it's literally like on some like, all right, I'm gonna cuddle you for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna roll over to my side and go to sleep.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but it's not me trying to like distance myself. It's just not in my nature. So shit like that, like saying shit about that, like you say, yo, don't diminish my comfort because you don't get that perfect vision of what you want.
Oh yeah, yeah, similar to you, and just downplaying my emotions. Like, if I feel like when guys show their women emotions, it can be very rare, and depending on how you respond to it and how you react to it, can determine if we're going to continue showing our emotions throughout the relationship. So, downplaying my emotions is not a good thing because it takes a long time for me to be vulnerable with a person, and then when I feel like you're not taking my emotions seriously, I tend to shut out, which I'm working on, by the way. Shout out to Dr. Asia Jones. I have to stop shutting myself out, and because that ends up causing other problems, and then stuff starts to build up by that. So that's something I have to work with. But I feel like when a woman downplays my emotions or what I'm saying, I tend to shut everything out and go into like this little safe space, and then I'm just like, I'm not entertaining nothing no more. That was a good question.
Do you feel like it's hard to cry or show emotions?
Yes, 100%. I believe we talked about it in previous episodes. I don't know, man. I feel like I've witnessed so many toxic relationships in the past, or even just talking with my homegirls, and when they kind of release vulnerable information about who they was dealing with, you just always have the fear of being that person spoke about. And you don't ever want to, because when you kind of get into a shouting match or arguing match with a woman, they go for the jugular. They don't care, because there's going to be a generalization, but they argue with women, they argue with other women, and they go for the jugular with themselves. So they have more frequency of arguing. Guys just go straight to fist after a while. Not saying women do too, but they're more verbal with theirs before they get to fist. And I feel like women would do anything to hurt your feelings. And one thing about me, if I'm vulnerable or if I cry and you throw that in my face, I'm going to feel like crap. So I do kind of find it hard to be emotional or at least cry. Unless it's like a death or anything.
Crying doesn't happen that often. I am a sensitive guy, but I don't really, it's hard to cry. And then in terms of like opening up and shit, like I give you one or two early on just to see like what your responses are. But then if it's like you're not able to, kind of meet that need the way I feel like I could do for you, I'll probably kind of like pull back. I was like, I'm gonna just be like very mundane. I guess that's probably, is that the right word to use? Very like straightforward, I guess. Yeah. Like, I was just like, I won't put myself in situations where it costs me to get emotional, at least in front of you. I'll deal with it behind closed doors internally, and then we worry about it. You want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do a fun one. Is your orgasm better with oral or vaginal sex?
Shit, depends on who you are.
I ain't gonna lie. You snatch my soul via oral, I ain't gonna hold you. I might marry, because I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like it depends. I feel like in my life, I've had more girls be better with oral than the pooms. I've had some boring pooms before. It's like, oh shit, wow, we're doing this. Yeah, okay, we're still yaring. Why are we still yaring? Wait a minute. Versus like, because I don't know. It's like the same thing when you tell a girl like, yo, you cheated. Damn, suck this dick. Oh, you trifling motherfucker. Because it's like, that's like, you really are offering play. At least, like, it's tagged, it's consensual. It's consensual either way. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like, we teamwork makes the dream work when we, it's vaginal. You feel me? Whereas it's oral, is like, yo, like, damn, you really wanted to please him. And a lot of women be like, oh, I get off of giving the guy. It's like, wait a fucking minute. So you really chose to, it was like, you feel me? It's like, damn. I ain't shit.
and you kind of like working the penis a little better than vaginal, because like you could do a Kegels and tighten it up while I'm in there, but like with head, there's like different techniques. You can focus on the head. You can go down
it's a lot
deep. There's balls, the gooch. You know, no ass lick though, but there's a bunch. There's like plenty of techniques that you can do while giving oral than vag. You know?
I feel like it's just like, it's harder to establish a connection vaginally. You feel me?
Whoa, that's because
it's like a lot of niggas treat pussy like it's like, yo, every girl I'm gonna fuck whoever.
But then again, I think it'd be more intimate vaginally, because you could you missionary. You stay in her face and you
do you want to do that with over? It's like sometimes you just want to get your shit off. You feel me?
Oh, that's a fact, King.
And sometimes
we gotta docket that for another episode.
Sometimes you just want to get your shit off, and sometimes it's not about a connection. It's about like, yo, we here. Like, all right, like a lot of women don't want to add an unnecessary body to their ledger. And I don't know about a lot of niggas, but I'd be like, yo, so my life, I'd be like, yo, I don't like, I'm not feeling the fuck.
Yeah,
because then it's like it opens. Because if we wasn't fucking each other like that before, we might get caught up to it like, damn, now you feel away because I've still got my thing going on. You got your things going on. If you
think a blowjob would be better in that situation.
It's like you gave me the neck. It's not like, it's like some shit you could look it off and be like, all right, yo, that was like, that was what we needed at that moment. It was like, yo, there's something that can happen again, but we haven't fucked. And it's like, you can write, like, I can, like, low key, you can write me off. You be like, okay, I never fucked. I could be like, we never had, and then it gives me the security of we never had sex either. So like, yo, she gave me the neck one time, but we never had sex. That's like, it keeps your ledger clean, and I feel like it's easier to associate or disassociate with if need be.
Yeah, and also with just nutting while getting head. The guy, this is what we don't talk about. The guy can control the nut as well too, because like with vaginal, when you like sometimes you just going with your speed, whoop 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 whoop, and going with the head, you can do different ways you can nut,
and if it's like enjoy. Like I said, if the sex is boring, it's like, well, damn. Do I fake it? Do I just get off of you?
I ain't gonna lie. I heard wild niggas talking about, yo, they was hitting it from the back and they wasn't feeling it.
They spit on her butt. They spit on her back. That's some wild shit.
Oh, that's a good place to end this episode.
That's a fact. We went a little over time. We tried to get it under a minute, an hour and 30. We gave you at 140 right now. I'm gonna chop it up a little bit for y'all. Don't worry.
All right. Let us know in the poll if y'all want the long episode or short episode. But follow us on all social media at Thismightnotgowell. Email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com. I'm the host with the most. Be Brezzy Slick, Papa Sauce Zone.
It's your boy Slick Grayson. Y'all be safe out there. We'll see you next week.